Outdoors, thanks for coming in. I'm just doing a live today to catch up with you guys. Ain't gonna be very long, but we want to just catch up a little bit, see what's going on out there. Getting ready to go to work here today, soon. So I just want to wait to try to get some people in here. See who shows up. We got one person in here. I don't know if my audio. I'm gonna just check my audio, my video, make sure everything is good. I'm watching deer videos right now. I just got back. A lot of stuff happened this last couple days, so I just wanted to sit down and share with you guys a little bit of what's going on. So we'll wait for some people to come in. But I don't know if you've seen my post on the community tab, but we have a buck down in Ohio already. Boo Kish, she my buddy's wife, got it done early. What's up, John? How are you, buddy? But she got it done early in the season, so that was awesome. My buddy's down there this whole week trying to get it done early. Hey, David, what's up, man? All right, can you hear me now? All right, can you hear me now? You guys are still in here? Somebody called me on the phone, and it freezes my phone. I tried to put it on. Are we good with the sound now, John? Hopefully the sound's good. Everybody can hear me now? God, yeah. All right, cool. All right, we're good. Somebody called the phone. I don't know how to shut that off. If I lower this, let me see something here. Can you still hear me, guys? Is the sound still good to go? I just want to try to mess with it. Good? All right, you guys are still good on there? Yeah, I don't know why. It froze up when people call me. It's weird. I can't stop the calls. I put it on do not disturb, but it still goes goofy. So anyway, so Boo started. She got it done. Bob's down there early trying to get it done because we got some really nice bucks. I can't get out. I don't have my vehicle still. I have my sister's car. It's really frustrating me now. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated with this vehicle situation. I'm supposed to go out tomorrow, and I was planning on me going out. See Gaming Outdoors. What's up, man? To tell wind on phone. I have no idea what that means, C Gaming. Can you repeat the question, buddy? Repeat the question. Let me move this over. So tomorrow I was going to go out in the morning. It's going to be the best morning, like a really cool morning. But my dad's having issues with his vehicle now. So if I shot a deer, I don't know how I'd get it out. But I think I'm going to go out anyway. And if I get to the point where I run into that problem, I guess that's a good problem to have. So I think I'm going to still go out in the morning to do that. But yeah, I got to get this truck situation figured out here. What app do you use to tell wind speed and direction? I use HuntWise. I'm always using HuntWise. And I check my local weather too, because sometimes it doesn't correspond with each other. So the HuntWise app is what I use, or I use my local weather. I don't have like the weather on your iPhone. I use like, it's a more detailed weather app. I downloaded it for local weather and stuff, or for the area that I'm in. I guess it connects to the next airport or weather station or something like that. So yeah, so that's what I use for that, if you guys wanted to know that. So, sorry, I guess that's what you wanted to know, because Daniel asked a question, C Gaming, so I guess that's what you wanted to know. Let me move this and adjust this a little bit. Okay. So yeah, so my truck is still being worked on, which is frustrating. This weekend, I'm taking my son down to camp. I'm taking my wife's truck, and we're going hunting down at camp this weekend. We're going to get up Saturday morning, and then, hey, Mr. Tully, then we're going to go down to my camp and we're going to hunt the evening, Saturday evening, just to get Theo out there hunting. So the guy that called me was the bow shop, and I took my bow out yesterday, my crossbow, and I was shooting low and to the right, and I was wondering why I was doing that, and I figured out the string stretched or something, and or it's off. But usually I'd really take care of my stuff, and I don't bump it around or anything like that. I usually it's when it's on, it's on. So I was shooting it down camp last weekend, and I was shooting low and to the right at 20 yards. So I was doing some adjustments, and I'm like, no, that ain't right. It shouldn't be like that. So I put everything back to normal because it's a special scope where you do the speed of the bow, not you move the crosshairs at 20, but then you go back to 50. And it's a Evo X scope. And then when you go back to 50, you adjust the speed of the bow, and it's on from 20 to 100. So I did that, and it wasn't shoot. It was shooting, but it wasn't perfect, like where I like it. Where I liked where that where the crosshairs are is where I want to hit, and I was off about an inch to the right. So I was like, eh. So I took it out because I was getting arrows or new bolts for my crossbow, and I had some other bolts that I hit when I was shooting in the target. I hit them and I ripped the fletchings off, you know, your nocks and everything. Well, 10 Point had a problem with their first batch of arrows when they first come out, their lighted nocks. They were falling out of the arrow when you're walking into your stand. So they made a new bushing, a new nock. So I have some of those arrows still that don't have the nocks in them. So I wanted to take them out, get new bolts, and get those ones fixed yesterday. So when I got out there, I'm glad I took my crossbow because Tim and Jason are awesome at Ultimate Outdoors. It's a pro shop. They only work on 10 Point and Wicked Ridge. So I took it out there. That's where I bought it. And they showed me on the cams that there's 2 dots. And the 2 dots have to be lined up with your limbs, and that it just means that the string stretched out. So what they had to do, they had to keep it for a couple of days, and I'm sure that's why he was calling me to come out and pick it up. So I'll probably go out there Friday because I ain't gonna have time to get out there today and then go to work. So I'll probably go Friday morning and go out and pick that up, and then I'll have it for the weekend. So deer corn block work? Yeah, I wouldn't dump a corn block. You can. It depends if you're allowed. Make sure you check your local game laws for baiting and stuff, especially now. Usually your stuff has to be out of the woods 30 days before the season. Nice. Yeah, I've used live scope. It ain't all that cracked up to what it says it is. We've used live scope and there's fish all around us and we still didn't catch anything. You can get around them, but if you know your lakes and you use your sonar and stuff, I know everybody out there's kicked on the live scope, but if I had a chance to buy the live scope, if I had the money for it, I probably wouldn't buy it right now. I'll wait until they come down in price, and it gets the next best thing will come out next year. So it's not really. I'm fine fishing and catch fish fine the way I fish right now. Plus, it's the way I like to fish. Live scope, I don't really like to fish open water and fish out there, and not being able to see anything and that's just not my style fishing. So I don't really use live scope much. We used live scope once this year, twice I think, and it wasn't like it did anything for me. It was neat at first because you're seeing the fish, but you could see them following the baits and stuff like that. We didn't catch anything with them though. It didn't increase our catch rate or nothing like that. So I mean, these people on TV are doing it every day with their baits and everything, but that's just not my style of fishing. Out on open water, fishing deeper. Swim bait fishing I am getting into, but like I said, my side imaging and stuff like that, my down imaging, and I guess it's that crossfire or whatever, I use that sometimes, but most of the time I'm using it just for depth changes and water temperature and stuff like that. But I'm fine the way I fish, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with fishing the thick stuff and the nasty stuff. But live scope helps people. I mean, if they're into it, I'm sure, it helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help or don't work. Don't get me wrong. But the sound had happened again. So, yeah, I hunt Ohio too, Sea Gaming. My buddies, that's where Boo just shot that. If you go to my community tab, is the sound on or is it off? All good now. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes it's a connection thing too, Mom. Sometimes it just will go out and in. So, but yeah, the live scope is a good tool. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my style of fishing, so I'm not really wanting it. You know what I mean? But everybody that uses it, more power to you. I don't know how that is with they're going to try to ban. Let's see if it comes back. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Come on. All right. Are we back again, guys? I'm sorry about that. I got another phone call from my buddy George called me. Make sure to let me know if you still are in here. Sorry about that. I don't know how to shut that off to not take phone calls. I have no idea how to do that. Maybe I got to put it in sleep mode or something. I don't know. But I have it in do not disturb. And I have to figure that out on this phone. Every time I go live, if I get a phone call, it stops. So whatever. But yeah, live scope it works for people. Hey, I have no problem with it. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't, whatever. But my style of fishing, I don't really use it too much. So my buddy the musky fish loves it. So what's it say? Man, sir, best of luck this season, Ted. You use fixed and mechanical. I used the Rage tri-pants. I can't shoot a fixed blade out of my crossbow if I'm going crossbow hunting. It's too fast and it planes with a fixed broadhead. They don't recommend me using fixed broadheads out of the 10-point Havoc 440. It's too fast, and they claim that it's not accurate with a fixed broadhead. So I use the tri-pans, no collar tri-pan. Now the Beast broadheads coming out are supposed to be really good. Yeah, walleye, yeah, for sure for walleye, Daniel, that would help a lot. So yeah, the Beast broadheads, I'm going to take a look at those as well. They look pretty cool. I'd like to try those out. I got to see if they make them for the high-speed crossbow, though. But I am going to be shooting my bow, starting to get back to my bow. I'm having issues with my left hand, with my thumb, with the carpal tunnel. My right hand's fine. The trigger finger in it seems okay. I got that done a couple years ago, but I got to get this one done. And but I can pull my bow back now. I had my arm, I blew my bicep out 2 years ago or last year, 2 years. So I really just laid off of my regular bow for a while. But I'm gonna start shooting it this year, getting back into it. I may take it down here. So, but yeah, getting back to the hunting situation. I don't have my truck, so that's really tough. It's frustrating. They've had it for a while now, so I got to get that. I got to get some results for that real like quick here. I'm going like nuts. And I have my sister's car. Thank God I can get to work and do all that stuff. But if I want to go out tomorrow, and my plan was to have my dad. If I did shoot a buck, because I'm not shooting a doe yet. If I shoot a buck, I was going to call my dad and then have my dad come out and I load it in the truck, take it to the butcher. Because it is still fairly warm, but tomorrow's supposed to be like 40-some degrees, so it's going to be a cooler morning. So I definitely want to get out there with that. So I'm probably still going to go out. I'll feel like I'll feel like I'm all not organized or anything the first time out, of course. It's my GMC Sierra. So I had lifters put in it, a camshaft put in it, and then I went down to where was I? I was Ocean City, and then I had something blow out on it, and I thought it was the lifters, but I heard it was the oil pump. So he's supposedly working on the oil pump for it, but it's just taking too long. I'm done with it. I need to get it back. So I'm not calling because I get a little crazy on the phone. So my wife deals with that right now until it gets to a point where then I'm just gonna do it and that's it. Or I'll go up myself and I'll make them tow it back here or something. But I think I'm very impatient. I need results. But a month of my truck not being here it's getting to the point now where enough's enough. So you know, it is what it is. But this weekend, it's going to be fun. I'm going to take Theo down to camp. My dad, I don't think, is going this weekend, but I'm going to take my other truck down, and my wife's going to get the car for this weekend. And I'm going to take Theo down just to hunt Saturday evening, just to get out. There's some nice bucks down there. And my GMC is the 5.3, yeah. And the problem with the 5.3 is the fuel management system. It blows in all them. They all that fuel management system. We have trouble with the lifters in them, and that's been going on. That even happened in my Chevy with the fuel management system. So I probably are gonna go with a diesel or something the next time I buy a vehicle. So I'm gonna probably go with a diesel. I think we'll see, and I'm probably gonna get an HD 2500. But so my dad, I was gonna call my dad tomorrow if I shot a buck. I've got some great results. What's up, Fishhead? I got some great results. Could I shoot a fixed blade broadhead out of my killer instinct? Um, you know, anything over that 300 mark, you gotta ask. I wouldn't recommend a fixed blade out of a crossbow. I really wouldn't, unless it's a slower one and you can tune it. But shoot it and see if you like it. I was recommended by the pro shop, don't use a fixed blade because it'll plane and it'll make a noise, so the deer will hear it coming because it's a faster crossbow. So I went with the Rages. I have center punches as well from 10 point. So I only use mechanicals with my crossbow. My regular bow, I've used the Rages with those, but I've also used the G5 Montax, the fixed blades. Um, I have yet to have a mechanical. The only one time I had a mechanical go bad, and it wasn't a Rage, it was a Spitfire from NAP. I shot a buck, and it didn't open. And that's when I went to the fixed blades, and then I started tinkering around with the Rages, and the center punches and the Rages is what they recommend out of my crossbow. So I use them. I haven't had them fail yet. So yes, you are correct, Daniel, for sure. The worst thing they did, they don't got it right. So yeah, so I use the Rage Tri-Pan, no collars now. I don't like the collars. My buddy used the ones with the collars. I think he had an issue with the collar. So I try not to use the no collar ones. So yeah, so tomorrow I wasn't gonna go out. I wasn't gonna go out and hunt tomorrow. I'm like, I ain't gonna go do it. But I am gonna go. And then if I have that problem, then I will deal with the problem once I get a buck down on the ground. But I want to get out and do some video and get out there in the tree stand. I need to get out there. Blood Cry and Pin. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Blood Cry? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. I'm going to be getting out. I got a video premiering tonight at 7 p.m. It's the product review on the VOOP camera. I'm really happy with that camera. So make sure you guys are tuning in tonight. Share it out. I have it already posted. So go over, check it out tonight. Stop into my premiere. I got some really good video and pictures from it on my Jinxum Scrape. I'm working with Jinxum Sense now this year. So I put that mock scrape up. I had the mock scrape video out as well. And I got a bunch of videos from that. So I'm doing an update video on the Jinxum Scent, the mock scrape video as well. I have a Trophy Rock video coming out. I have the food plot video coming out. So I got about 3 or 4 in the making right now. But tonight is the VOOP product review video on the camera. Really happy with that camera. I really like it. And it's solar powered where the batteries don't go dead. I have the one that I'm doing tonight is a TC7, but I have a TC22 down in my camp. And I put that out at the end of hunting season last year over our deer feeder when we were doing our deer management program. And I put it out there then, and I pulled it last week, and it was still 100% battery life because of the solar panel. So that was really cool. So I put 8 batteries in it, and then you have the solar panel that charges it. And I think the 8 batteries are because a backup if the solar panel fails. But knock on wood, the solar panel did not fail, and it has an internal lithium battery that charges up. So it was 100%. So I actually took that camera and I moved it onto my food plot, my dad's food plot up top, because there's a there's some buck rubs and like a rub line coming into that field. So I put it on the end of the rub line, looking into the field, the food plot. So I'm gonna have that. That's awesome, man. Good luck, buddy, for sure. Get the corn block out there. I do recommend, just don't keep going in there and changing your cards out. Give it some time. Like, don't keep going in, walking in and out. And if you are going to walk in and out and dump corn or do whatever, put more food out, make sure you're scent free and make sure the wind's correct. A lot of people I see doing that, and I've learned this over the years and watching videos and just like researching, is if you're going into your stand, you want to still go into it like you're hunting. You want to be as scent free as possible. You want to go in on a decent wind. You don't want to alert the deer that you're there. So when you're going in there, changing out your cards, making sure your food's good or dumping more food out, get in there quickly and make sure you're as scent free as possible. And you get a chance, check out my link, my Limit link. It's awesome for scent elimination. It definitely controls your body scent. We got the foam, the spray, the soap, the clothing. We got the Extend to treat your clothes. The Extend's really cool. I wanted to do a video today with the Extend, but I went downstairs and my wife has everything in the washer and dryer, so I don't want to tamper with any of that and put my clothes in after that. What I do is I run a cycle with just the scent-free soap in the washer first before I put my clothes in. And the dryer, I put in the dryer sheets, the scent-free dryer sheets, to clean it, sort of clean it out before we put our clothes in. I don't want to put my hunting clothes in after. So I run a cycle of scent-free soap and stuff in that, and then I put my clothes in. But the Extend is really cool because you soak your clothes for I think it's 10 pounds of clothes, 3 gallons of water, and 10 ounces of this mixture. And the water has to be 110 degrees. And you mix it in there, and I'm going to do it in a tote, and then I'm going to put all my socks, all my undergarments, my base layers in there. Anything that touches your skin you want treated with this, and it lasts up to 50 washes, and it controls your body odor, and that helps a lot. So check that out. It's a really good product. I just sprayed today. I turned my base layers inside out, and I sprayed my field spray on it, and I let that dry, and then I turn it back around, because a lot of people spray that spray on the outside of their clothing. Well, that doesn't stop the odor. The clothing that touches your skin to your body, that stops the odor or controls the odor. So you got to have the stuff that's touching your skin treated, and it has to be dry as well. So just something for you guys to know later on whenever you're hunting. Just spraying it on your boots and stuff, it has to be dry to be effective. Spray your clothing down, you can spray the outside if you want, if that's something in your head. I think I still do that before I go in, but I make sure the inside of my clothing sprayed as well. So, but yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to go out in the morning. I'm going to go hunt in the morning because it's going to be a nice morning out. And if I get a buck, then I will deal with that once I get to that point. So tomorrow's going to be the nicest morning. So I'll go out tomorrow. I'm going to call my buddy back because I might say, hey, if I get a buck, I need your truck. Buck in the truck. So I might call him. I'm going to call him back and ask him that. And then I'll call the archery shop back and see if my crossbow is ready to roll. And then I'll go out Friday and pick that up. Saturday, we'll get up Saturday morning because my son don't like to get up early. So I'll get up Saturday morning and get everything ready for him. We'll get down there Saturday. I'll probably have him shoot a couple more bolts into a target when we get down there. And then we will head up to the blind and overlook a food plot and go sit there Saturday evening. Ohio, I haven't been down there, obviously, with my vehicle. So I got to get down to Ohio hopefully next week. I want to dump some stuff out. I want to pull my camera cards, see what's there. I had a really nice 10 point on there. Boo Hunt is at that side too, the least side, but she's done right now. So that 10-point is. I'm just gonna, if I see that 10-point, I'm gonna try to shoot that one, take that one, unless a bigger one shows up. If Shorty shows up this year, that's the buck I'm going after. I haven't seen him on camera yet, so I'm hoping he comes back. We have a lot of public land around us, so once the pressure starts, hopefully some other deer move into our area and we get some bigger ones on there and go after them. But every year we get big ones on there, just a matter of having them show up in time. So, but yeah, tonight's my premiere for that VU Peak. A lot of videos coming out soon. Yeah, I'm going to do an update video on my mock scrape because I got a lot of video and camera pictures of that. I did put some of them into my video for tonight. Some of the because of my review, I wanted to show you the videos that it does and the pictures. So we'll be doing that. Hopefully, I get my truck back soon, and then Ohio is on the list. My buddy's down there right now, Bob. He's going after a really big 8-point, and he's getting them in. But he just called me this morning and told me that he found the acorns are all producing, so there's a ton of acorns down there. So when you have acorns and you have corn piles or bait stations, they do prefer the acorns over the bait stations. They're not starving, so they want to go to their preferred food source, which is the acorns. So my buddy fixed up his stand in the acorn area, and he's going to probably go there tomorrow morning. And he thinks that maybe that 8-point is staging up. Excuse me, is staging up in that area before coming in, and he's got it on. He's got them in the bait piles, but late, so he's thinking they're in the acorns first. The deodorant I recommend for hunting is the Limit Shield, the body foam. I use that. I've been using that since last September, since I started using the product, and it works great. You're supposed to get a shower with the scent-free soap first and then put that on. It works the best that way when your body's clean and scent-free. Add that, but I put it on every day as a deodorant. Like if I'm going to work today, so when I get dressed, if I didn't take a shower right before work, I go in and I just put the body foam on my armpits, just like deodorant, and that thing, it works awesome. It's the best thing that I've used for deodorant. So I just use that as my everyday deodorant now. I think my Sue is getting the girls from school. I don't know who's getting Theo or what, so I guess Sue's gonna try to handle it today. So, because my dad's truck's messing up. It's the electrical system. It's a Chevy too, so I'm starting to lose my confidence in Chevys and GMCs here really quick. Their electrical system's terrible, and that fuel management system is terrible. So GMC, if you're out there, don't worry. I don't want sponsored. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch base with you guys, give you a heads up on my videos tonight. You don't have to be sorry, Dad. Chris, what's up, brother? I never drink my spit juice, man. I never do. I have it on the right and the left. In my tree stand, right is my drink, left is my spitter. Yeah, my buddy got a Denali, and it was in there twice for the electrical system. The Denali, yeah, I know. But the GMCs and the Chevys right now are terrible with their electrical system and their fuel management system. Can't stand it. I've seen a lot of people, since I've had issues with my truck, just researching it, and it's out there. Everybody's having issues with them. My buddy just bought a GMC. What's the other one? Not the. It's the AT4. I love the AT4s. I think they're awesome, but I think I'll get a diesel. He just bought the AT4, the one that's lower than the Sierra. It's the smaller pickup. I can't remember what it's called, but he bought one of them. Now, he hasn't had trouble with that yet, so. Samuel, what's up? Yeah, I took that one down. Yeah, they're all mine. Yeah, I got a bunch of them here. I'll show you real quick. I got that one. I got that one right there. that one, and I got that one, and then I have a few. If you can see, they're on the pedestals right there. So yeah, I took all these down. They're all mine. I have some down on the wall downstairs too. Yeah, they're all bow. They're no guns. I didn't take any of them with a gun. I don't have anything mounted that I took with a gun. If I'm gun hunting, then it means I'm just filling my tag. So anything is legal when I have a gun in my hand. If it's got 4 more points, or I think it's down camp is 4 points on one side, it goes down. If I'm to that point where I have a rifle in my hand or a gun in my hand, then if it's brown, it's down to fill my tag. Ohio, I'm way more picky than PA. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've been crossbow hunting for the last couple of years too. Ohio crossbow hunting, it's just I've missed too many opportunities at really big deer in Ohio, and so I switched to a crossbow for Ohio. But I am getting back into my bow. But PA, like I've always been a bow hunter. Now crossbow and bow. I do gun hunt though. Last year took my son. I got him into the gun hunting as well. But I don't. I choose to bow hunt. That's my favorite. So when I can get out, when my vehicles are all working and I can get out. But I'm like chomping at the bit to get out. I got some new camera gear that I want to put out there. I got some extendable arms and stuff with my GoPros that I want to put out, and they extend out like 8 foot. I want to get some video of that. I got the new Windset, the Fourth Arrow POV mount that I want to put up. I'm probably going to use that more in Ohio because it's like a camera arm that mounts to my shooting reel. So I want to get that out. I got a wind checker coming from Windset that I want to get that product review out too as well. So I got a ton of stuff going on. The kids are just constantly doing things, but I need to get out. I'm just itching to get out. Now, the weather has helped me. The weather. All right, Chris. Take care, buddy. The weather's helped me feel like I'm not missing anything right now. But Boo shooting that buck yesterday just put a fire, just lit a fire in me like to get out there. And you can't get them if you're sitting at home. But it's I last year my hunting, excuse me, my hunting went down because I could hunt in the mornings, and my wife, when both of the kids were at the same school, my daughter, 2 years ago, or no, last year, she was a freshman, sorry. She went to a different school, and my son, yeah, for sure. For sure, Daniel. Yeah, it's been warm here, but now it's starting to cool down, and then it's supposed to be nice. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like in the 40s in the morning, so I want to get out. I definitely want to get out in the morning. It's going to be hard because I work late tonight, and then I got to come home, get to bed, get up at like 5:30. It gets light out at 7:15. If it's overcast 7:30, it's probably going to be able to see around 7 to tomorrow if it's clear out. So I'm probably going to get up 5:30, try to get in the woods at least by 6:30. Uh, and it's going to be my first time in my stand this year. I did check my stand and all that, so everything's there. I got to put my tree steps in. I usually take 5 out because I don't want nobody climbing up in it. So I got to put my tree steps in. I have my seat that I put in. I got to put my seat in. Then I got to set up all my camera gear. I'm hoping to set up that extendable arm, the bracket, and just leave it there. But I don't know if I'm going to set it up tomorrow because it's my first time out. I'll set up everything else that I need first, and then next time I go in or whatever, as I go in there and start hunting it, I will add my stuff to it to get all the camera equipment up and running. So we'll be doing that. But yeah, I got to get to Ohio. I got some days to burn at work. I got some limited leave days and stuff like that I got to use up. Bob's down there right now. I mean, I want him to shoot that big buck. No doubt. But I sort of don't want him to get one either because he has days off in rut too, and I like to take some days off then. But I'm going to be burning some days here, and I want to get down there. Hopefully I get my truck back soon so I can have a little more freedom. But it's very, very frustrating not having a vehicle to go hunting. It's just like, ugh. So, and I'm going nuts right now without being able to go out there. That's why tomorrow I have the car. I may be putting a buck on top of the car and taking it to the butcher. I'll strap it down like old school days where people used to put it on the hood of their car and drive it to the butcher. If that needs to be done, then so be it. I'll grab ratchet straps. I will put that to the trunk of the car, and I will ratchet strap it to the trunk of the car, and I will roll it to the butcher that way. The rut in Ohio, you're looking at, from my experiences, I love that November 9th, that area 3 days before, 3 days after. I really like that time frame. I've seen some really big bucks on November 9th, and that day sticks out to me, the 9th, because I've had the biggest buck of my life within 40 yards of my stand. And I don't know if it was because they call it that red moon stuff or whatever, but it was very warm out that week. It was a couple years ago, and I wasn't seeing many deer. And it was the red moon, and it was 5:15, and this deer come running through, chasing deer, and I seen this monster. And I grunted, and it was coming up this path, and it needed to get about 20 more yards to be 40 yards away, which I can shoot with a crossbow. And any way you can is good. Yeah. So it came in, and then it followed a doe over the hill and ran over the hill. And now I got it on video. I got the picture of it going away. I got it walking a little bit because there was so much brush in the way that I got the rack, and then I got him turning, and then you see him going over and over the hill. So if you want to check out some of those videos, see gaming, go back to look at my Ohio deer trail and my PA deer trail. I call them, I have the two, Ohio, the 2023, I think is when I started it, or 2022 and 23, Ohio deer trail, and the PA deer trail. That's my series of my hunting videos that I have out there. So go check them out. And then I also have the deer camp series of hunting videos, and that's not me down at camp hunting as well. So when I'm hunting around here and bow hunting and stuff like that, it's usually the PA deer trail down at camp. And then when I'm in Ohio, it's my Ohio deer trail. And then rifle season is the deer camp one. So that's what that's what I do. Yeah, definitely check it out. Yeah, I did. Enjoyed my birthday. We went to some new Mexican restaurant to eat dinner, so it was pretty cool. It was fun. Very fun. It was raining and crappy out. I didn't get to go hunting on my birthday, which is fine. But the weather, like I said, is starting to get better, and I'm starting to get that itch to get out in the woods and get some film down, get some footage down of these deer. I'm really happy about the Jinx 'em Scent Company that I joined this year. I'm on their staff, their field staff team, and their scent was just, that's coming, the mock scrape video is out that I made the mock scrape, and then I had my camera, my VP camera on it. That's the video that I'm doing tonight. I had that on for 5 days. It depends how comfortable you are shooting C gaming. I go 20-30, but my bow is capable of shooting 100 yards, my crossbow. But I would never shoot a deer at 100 yards with a crossbow. I would say maximum, I would probably go with my crossbow, and I've been shooting it for a while. I would say 50 yards for me, but you just have to get out there and you have to shoot and see where you're comfortable and look at your groups. Start at 20, get comfortable, get dialed in at 20, then go back to 30, shoot, get comfortable at 30, and then maybe extend your range a little bit. Every time you shoot, maybe go back to that extended range 40 or 50 and shoot. But I don't really recommend, if you're doing your job right and you're doing your scouting and you're doing your homework and you're putting your boots on the ground, you can get a deer within 20 to 30 yards of you. And that is a comfortable and ethical shot, I think. There's times in the woods where they slip away from you and they're out at 40 and they're broadside perfectly. But that's why you got to practice at those distances so you're confident in case that ever happens. But you want to work and strive for getting them in within 20 or 30 yards of your stand. So that means doing your homework, watching the deer trails, watching the wind, making sure the wind's in your All right, we're good. I think we're good. I got another phone call. So can you guys hear me now? Are we all good? Sorry about that again, guys. I don't know how to fix that. I got to fix it, but everybody calls me when I do a live for some reason. We're okay now? Okay. That was Jason from JJ Drones. So, but yeah, work on your shooting. I mean, practice and practice. Be comfortable. Get your 20-yard pin dialed down right so you're comfortable, so you can shoot a 20, then move back to 30, and then go from there. You know, if you don't have, and then another thing is your area. You got to think of your tree stand. If you're in your area, what is your furthest shot? You know, you think a 40-yard shot isn't that far when you're in the wide open, but when you're in the woods, a 40-yard shot seems very long because you have branches in the way. It's very seldom do you have a 40 or 50-yard shot in the woods unless you clear that out yourself, that there's not a branch or something in the way or bushes or, you know, trees. So you gotta shoot like you're going to be hunting. If you don't have a 40-yard shot in your stand, then don't worry about shooting it. I like to shoot the 40-50 just to have that in my head that I'm confident that I could do that, because where I hunt a food plot, and everybody's going to say, oh, you shouldn't hunt food plots, da-da-da-da-da. I've hunted this food plot for 5 years, and it's we get deer in it every year. We take deer from it every year. Now, rifle hunting's different in a food plot, believe it or not. When you're in a food plot with a bunch of deer and you shoot a crossbow, those deer don't know what that is. But if you're shooting a bang of, you know, a smoke pole or something coming out of there and you're boom, banging, them deer, they get a little frightened in them food plots and they relate that to danger. But if you're shooting a bow or crossbow, I feel that you can take them out of a food plot. And sometimes I've shot deer in a food plot and their other deer just continued feeding. They had no idea what was going on. When you're at that point, like, and you see that stuff happening, you start putting 2 and 2 together. And, you know, if you're shooting a gun and you blow everything out of there, yeah, they're going to relate that to danger and they're going to probably get nocturnal and start feeding in there at night. But if you're quiet and you're going into your stand at the right wind, you're leaving your stand at the right wind, you're not blowing deer out when you're going and leaving when you're coming to your stand or leaving your stand, you can shoot a deer out of a food plot. That's just my opinion. Now, you're going to have professionals out there. I'm no professional, but you're going to have professionals out there saying, don't shoot a deer in a food plot. Well, I'm here to tell you we've taken many deer out of the food plot in the last 5 years. So it is what it is. It's just your opinion, I think. And I think it's your actions, the way you handle it. You can mess up any deer spot if you're going and blowing deer out of it with a gun or bow. So you just got to be careful, be smart about it. You know, take every advantage that you can. Don't go in there talking loud and, you know, walking into your stand because you're going to alert every deer that you're there. Get in there, sneak in there at the right wind, hunt it, get out of there quietly. You know, as least amount of disturbance and human intrusion in your spots is the best, I think is the best. Like, I want to go down to my stands and check my cameras every 2 or 3 days because I'm anxious to see what's on there. But I don't check them unless, if I'm hunting the area now, before the season's different, and then I usually slow down before the season. All right, man. Thanks, C Gaming. Thank you. Before the season, you still got to be careful because it's hot out. You're leaving your scent in there. Your scent lingers a lot longer. So my stand down here, I go down there. Usually I'm down there a week or 2 before. And I make sure my stand's all good to go. I cut out everything and I get out of there. And then what I did was I made that video. I went in before I was going to hunt and I pulled the camera just to get an idea of what's there. And right now what's there is just a bunch of does and small bucks. So there's nothing exciting in my stand right now that I want to get in there and hunt this buck. So I stay out of there. I know that the best time's coming. End of October and everything, so basically I'm priming it. The deer are still on their summer patterns right now, their feeding patterns. Get deer going to food plot with bow and food plot with rifle. I don't like the rifle in the food plot. I mean, our food plots down there, Dad, I think are different. Like, you know, you got all these people saying don't hunt over a food plot. Don't kill deer in food plots because deer will relate that food plot to danger. We have such a small property down there that we have deer that are resident deer down there that stick around that use that. Now, when you alert those deer that that's danger, we're not going to see them during the day. You're gonna get them in there for the first week or two. You're gonna have them. If you shoot them with a bow, it's a lot different than a gun. Rifle season, it's on because they're coming in. You'll get them the first hour into your food plot and shoot them. And if you're lucky enough to get a buck in there that first hour and get a crack at them, yeah. But then throughout the day, you're getting deer coming in there just hiding and running and moving. You're getting deer from other properties onto your property. They see food plot, they'll stick around for a little bit and then they leave. But I believe bow hunting is totally different than rifle hunting. You got to plan your strategy well. A gun, anybody can go out there, shoot their gun 2 days before the season, hit a pie plate, go out in the woods, 100 yards, 200 yards away, a deer comes in, you shoot them, boom, you're done. I don't want to say there's no skill involved in that because there is, but when you're bow hunting, you got to be in their home. You got to get them close to you. Your scent's got to be good. Everything. I don't care what anybody says. I went out with a cigarette and I smoked it. Yeah, but you shot him 150 yards away, or the deer was running to you. You got scared from somebody else. But if everything is like normal in the woods, you got to be on your game to get a deer. You know what I mean? You got to be in that sweet spot. You got to do your homework. You got to follow the rules. Deer like cover. Open areas, it's hard to get deer in open areas. You have food there, yeah, they'll meander and everything, but you can make your food plots so you can guide your deer where you want them to come and go. We have to do that still down our camp. We have a lot of open areas still down there. But it's going to take time. It takes effort, it takes people to do it, which we don't have down there camp that much. We have 4 guys that do stuff. But the food plots are a big key. That's what we want. We want the best food in the area, and I believe that's why we're getting more deer on our property. They may not be staying there, but they know it's there, and they will come from other properties to get there, and then we have to be there waiting for them to harvest them. So, but I do believe if we're scaring them out of the food plots a lot, coming up on quads, walking up into the food plots, blowing deer out, they will go to night feeding, and we won't see them as much. So, first couple weeks down there is going to be good. That's why I want to take Theo down this Saturday. No pressure down there. Get him out there, at least see some deer. I want to see what's going on in there as well. I have a stand over the hill that's not on a food plot. It's on like a travel route between the food plot and the buck bedding. So I like to be there too. But my son likes to see deer, and we always see deer out of my dad's food plot. So we're going to go into there probably and hang out for an evening hunt with my son and see what happens. He might be using my crossbow that day, but he has his crossbow. I shot it today. Everything's good to go on him, so he's ready to go. I'm going to get out tomorrow with my son's crossbow because I'm going to be able to get out and go get my, unless I hunt till 10, I don't see nothing, come home and then drive out and get my crossbow tomorrow. But I won't be using my crossbow tomorrow. I'll be using my son's. So, and that's just as deadly. I mean, it's a great crossbow as well. So, killed a lot of deer with that. So, I'm confident in that. And the sun's coming out now, guys, so it's going to be really nice out. So, I think tomorrow is just going to be a great day to be in the woods. So, I may need a vehicle tomorrow to get a deer out. We'll see. But like I said, in my stand, it's not really... right now, I'm getting a lot of smaller bucks in there. They're working my scrape, my licking vine, so everything's working perfectly. It's right outside of a really nice thicket. It's in the middle of a travel. Like it's on the... I'm in between the feeding and bedding area on a ridge, and it's a really nice spot. And I put my mock scrape right on the edge of the thicket, so deer walk up and down this thicket all the time. And they did exactly what I thought they would do. They're hitting that and they're walking that edge, with that edge just 25 yards away from my stand, so that's a good thing. So it's just a matter of time to get. I want them deer. I start to scrape with the Jinx Some Sense. I don't have to add any more scent to that. The only time I will add scent now is going more towards the end of October, like with the Bewitched, with the estrus. I'm going to start ending that, like putting that in there more towards the Halloween week. Pre-rut, then going into the rut, I will use the Ecstasy, the supercharged deer doe and estrus urine. It has all kinds of stuff in it. So I got a plan that I want to just do in steps down there. We don't have a scrape down in my dad's stand. I really wanted to put a scrape down there, but we forgot his scent last week, so we don't have that up yet. But we're going to be hunting the food pattern right now. And then as my dad gets down there, the next time he goes down there, I suggest making the scrape in the wood line there. There's a really nice rub line coming up to that tree. I'm hoping it's at 9 point that I have down below on the other food plot coming up working into there. I do have a camera on there, so we're going to see what's on there when we get down there Saturday. I'll switch the camera chip out and see what's up with that. But we're going to see what happens. But it's getting beautiful out now. The sun's out, so that's going to be stable weather moving in. So them deer should be up and moving in the morning. So I'm going to try to get out there for sure and hopefully see something like this right here. If I see something like that here in PA, he's getting it. I'm going to send it. Put it that way. I'm going to send it. If I get a deer like that, he's going to get an arrow sent his way for sure. So, but yeah, that's everything I got for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to touch base with you, let you know what was going on. Make sure you check out my video tonight. That camera is pretty awesome. I got a lot of great videos in there, and there will be more videos from that camera on my Jinx 'em Scent, the mock scrape update video coming out real soon too. So I like the quality of the camera. The pictures are great, and it also has sound. The sound was really cool because there was deer coming and going, but you could hear the deer walking around them. And I actually heard, I seen a doe run past the camera, and I heard a buck running behind it. And the camera didn't pick up the buck coming, but the buck was not in the camera frame, but it was grunting coming towards us. And then the camera shut off because I only have 10-second video, but I'm going to up that to about a 15 to 20-second video so I can see exactly what's happening. But it's neat because you can see the deer coming and going and where they're going in the direction they're traveling. So that helps a lot too for intel. So those videos, I really like video. Pictures are great. But you really can't tell which way they're coming and going. But when you have the video, you can see them walking in or walking away and know their travel patterns. So that's just something to keep in mind if you have a video option on your camera. Every once in a while, throw it on video. It does use up more memory, more battery, but my solar panels are awesome, so I can put it on video whenever I want, and I'll probably leave it on video from here on out without the pictures. I may do pictures, I don't know, but I can take still shots of the video. So what's up, Dean? Thanks for coming in. So that's what I'm gonna be referring to a lot more video, so I can get deer coming and going and seeing how they're traveling and how they're reacting. Those deer really didn't pay attention to the camera because I have it up in the air, which is nice. I've always was told about that. I've done it, and then there's times where I haven't done it, and it makes sense because if you're watching deer in the woods, do you ever see a deer just stare at a tree? Like a doe, even, because there's tons of, everybody sees doe all the time. But if you see a doe, just watch their reactions, and you rarely see a deer just stop and look at a tree. But you're getting pictures of a deer staring right at your camera. So they do know that the camera are there. They're staring at a box on a tree, and they're looking right at it, and you're taking pictures. Or they're coming up and sniffing your camera. I mean, how often do you see a deer just stare at a tree? They don't. So that tells me that they know that the cameras are around. And to be honest with you, I really think that those bigger bucks tend to avoid those areas when they know there's a camera there. So I put a camera up higher, about as high as I can reach, and angle it down. I put a stick or something behind it to angle it down to my scrape. And you'll see that in the video tonight. And also you'll see that in the Jinx 'em Scents video, the update video, the mock scrape. You'll see that as well because I had over 1,000 pictures and videos for 5 days over that mock scrape. So I'm telling you, the mock scrape and that scent works. The vine, they're in there. The bucks are rubbing the vine. The does are sniffing the vine. They're putting all their scent on it. So I don't need to do anything with that. Now, if I wasn't getting any reaction or I was getting 1 or 2 deer in there and not many were hitting it, I would go back in and reapply the scent again to get it, to strengthen it up and to reactivate it and recharge it. And what I call fire it back up. But the deer are all in there hitting it, so I don't need to do anything. Let the deer put their scent on there in that area, and that is the best attractant that you can have, is when you have The family does in there, family group of does are in there putting their scent on it. The matriarch doe, the bigger does are in there putting their scent on it. Those bucks, it's all natural to them. So they'll come in and put their scent on it. So let the deer do the work for you. Just get it started. And that'll save you on scent. Buying scent, like, you know, I would recommend buying the Mystic, the preorbital gland, and the Misfortune dabs and scent for the dominant buck for early season, and then get the Ecstasy and the Bewitched, and then as the season goes on, you can add. I have the Bewitched dabs and the liquid, and I have synthetic and natural. I put the synthetic in first to get it started because it lasts longer. And if you look at my Mox Grave video, you'll see what I do. I do a couple little tricks there to show you how to keep the scent in there longer. So go check that video out as well. So, but hey guys, it is almost 1:30 here. I am going to go wrap it up and get ready for work, and then come home tonight and have my hunting stuff ready to go. And I'll get up early tomorrow, and I'll be out in the woods tomorrow, and I'll be starting to cut some video and some footage tomorrow. And you'll see my PA deer trail, my 2024 PA deer trail starting to come together for you guys. And it's a series, and I try to do it in a series to follow my season. And I also do that with my Ohio deer trail as well. It's me doing exactly what I'm doing and showing you exactly how my season unfolds and what I'm doing through the season. And in my videos, guys, it isn't all shooting and action. There's times where I don't see deer, but I do put that in there, and I put the dates in there and give you the conditions and let you know exactly, what happened, so you can follow along and see exactly my road throughout the hunting season and what I've done. So it is what it is. It's exactly how it is. I don't alter anything. I don't put all just deer in my videos. If I'm not seeing deer, I'm going to explain to you why and tell you what's going on. Like I said, explain the conditions of what's going on, and that may help you one day. You take something from the video and you say, hey, Ted's seeing deer when there's a west wind and this and that and the other, and it's been cold, or there's a cold front. You see that, and then you can sort of use that to help you in your hunting situations, and that's why I do it. If I don't see a deer, then you're going to know, hey, I didn't see anything today. We're going to wrap it up, and that's it, and that's part of the video. So it isn't all action, but it's exactly the way it happens. And that's what I want to provide for you guys, give you the honest information that I can. And hopefully you pull something from it, because I pull a lot of stuff from your videos out there as well. I learn from your videos, and hopefully you can learn from mine. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure you go over, check out my descriptions in my video. All my links and everything are in there with my share codes. And check out my video tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I upload a new video. Keep an eye out. Put your notifications to all, so you can be notified whenever we upload and do giveaways as well. So thank you for joining me today. Have a great hunting season. Get out there, and like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations, and we will see you.